right, so we're over here at Shelby High School with senior Kayla Gonzales. Kayla, first off, I just want to ask you about last week and how that has you feeling as a team. You take home the MOAC title, and all 4 events that you compete in, you take home first place. So how do you feel about last week's performance?
It definitely is a confidence booster. Going into the league, we wanted to make sure we got the title and just kind of swept every event. So we kind of checked those off the list. So I think everyone's excited for postseason.
Obviously, it's a great week starting off with the weather that we have here so far today, but it should be a nice week for the district meet over at Ontario High School, prelims on Thursday. So how does the team feel and how do you individually feel going into that competition? There will be some good schools there, but obviously you guys have a strong showing at league. So how do you feel going into districts?
I think all the training right now is kind of just paying off. So I think everyone's just in their best shape right now, and it's just going to get faster and faster as we keep going. So I know everyone's excited.
Now we'll talk a little bit more just about team dynamics. Obviously, you have a strong presence in this program, not just in track, but obviously in cross country as well. So who are some of the girls that do both with you or that have really been pushing each other this year and throughout your high school career to really get where you guys have been?
Yeah, we have a ton of depth on our team, especially this year. You know, kind of coming on the team, we had a super young team, not a lot of upperclassmen, so it's been really cool the last 4 years just watching everybody develop. So like Shannon Cundiff, she's a junior, she's been killing it in those mid-distance. She has the 400 and 800. Kaylin Schwall, she kind of does the same stuff as I do, like the mile, 2 mile. So, and then we have some underclassmen who have been killing it. Courtney Stiving, Emma Montgomery, Kaylin Mahan, they've all been putting the work in. So our whole team's just been killing it this season.
And then as far as your relationship with Coach Lewis, how has that been? And you know, how does she push you each day too to try and get better? Because when you're at this level, they're still always looking for ways to improve. So how is your relationship with Coach Lewis and what does she do to really push you ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I've known her forever, but just Miss Coach Lewis and all of them, I mean, running is a very mental sport, so they kind of just make sure we all stay mentally strong and just like mentally healthy. So she's really good at keeping a good balance. All the coaches are. We have a really good coaching staff here.
How has it been too, your senior year, to come out here and kind of, you know, get to compete at this new beautiful facility? I know it's a little bit different. Obviously, same location for the track. It looks a little different though. So how have you enjoyed at least some of the changes to the complex?
It's so nice having my senior year, having this very fancy track compared to the last 3 years. So we're very grateful to have it.
And then one question I always ask with the people that we go out and talk to each week is if you had any words of wisdom or advice for anyone who may already be running and want to improve their game, or someone who is interested in running but that just needs that extra push, what kind of words of advice would you give?
I would say just stay consistent. You know, it's one day at a time. Running's a very long thing to like get a hold of, I guess. So just stay consistent and baby step it. Yeah.
All right, well, our show sponsor, Sphereon Mid-Ohio, sent me over with a goodie bag for you.
Thank you so much.
So I'll give that off to you. Best of luck with districts on Thursday. We look forward to seeing how you ladies do.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, now we're joined by Jordie Garrett, who coaches the distance for the Shelby girls team. Jordie, I just want to ask you a little bit extra about Kayla as far as kind of her impact too as a senior leader on this team. Getting to work with her every day, what kind of an impact does she have on her teammates and kind of helps push them along with you as a coach?
Kayla does a lot of work outside of practice as well. So I think the girls see that and they understand how much work that she puts in, and it's really like lead by example sort of situation. And she's able to kind of bring a lot of that back to them too, like just some of the stuff that she finds on her own or stuff, the work that she does like in the summer off season sort of, she brings that back to them and they're able to sort of incorporate it as well. So we see a lot of them sort of following that trend of they know that their big gun is working really hard in the off season or like outside of practice, so they need to do that as well. And we're seeing that like sort of like trickle down as well into the other girls, so yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the girls have a great performance at the league meet. Kayla, of course, too, in all 4 of her events. But as a unit and as a whole, too, how does the team feel with districts prelims coming up on Thursday? How does the team feel overall, and maybe, you know, give us a feeler of how Kayla looks compared to some of the competition?
Yeah, Kayla's pretty confident going into districts. I think she wants to try to go after the 16 and 32 individually. She'd like to have as much success with that as she can through tournaments. The rest of the girls are excited. They're getting to see like some bigger competition this year than maybe what we saw last year, and they're excited to race with some big dogs really. So they're looking forward to that 4x8 specifically. I think that they want to drop some more time there, but they're looking forward to not being the front runners and having to chase a little bit too. So that's exciting.
Absolutely. And The last question I'll ask too is something I've been asking all the athletes as well. What kind of words of advice would you give to those who are interested in running and maybe haven't gone out for a sport like track yet, or maybe already be in track but are looking to have some kind of motivation to push them to the next level? What kind of words of wisdom would you give?
Words of wisdom. I'd say if they're not in track, it's a great environment to be around and it's good people. I mean, if you can get to be part of a team and like able to find your niche as well, it's a great place to start as far as like looking for success with that. Like the more people you can get around that are, you know, a little bit more successful than you, or yeah, it's just like surround yourself with good people and who you wanna live up to. So yeah.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.